Now all will pay.
Trouble me.
Hey homies, today we're going to be going over how to get Thor's armor. This is the hardest armor in the entire game to get, but I consider it totally worth it because even though the armor isn't as good as I would want it to be, it is a prerequisite to getting Mjolnir, which currently sits at the second best weapon in the game behind Gungnir. Depending on your playstyle, it might even be the best. So, all three of these Daughters of Lerion, as you're going to find on the legend, are found in the eastern portion of the map over by Leicester. You'll find one of these strung up warriors who has clearly been tortured, and when you interact with them, each of them will spit out an element. Now these, again, they're the Daughters of Lerion. That is a reference to King Leir, and we'll talk a little bit more about the little Easter eggs that Ubisoft has thrown in here for us later. For now, let's just get straight into the battle.
Unless you tempt me.
Darkness must reign, and you must fade within it.
First Easter egg is the fact that Goneril, the oldest sister, wields poison. In the play, she ends up poisoning her sister Regan, which is why Ubisoft decided to make this decision. These battles will become a lot easier if you use two weapons because it gives you a little bit quicker attacking power. I don't want to mess with your play style at all, but the blacksmith's hammer really will knock them over. Then when each of them gets to half health, the sisters perform a big old explosion like this, and immediately they get an upgrade to their powers, summoning duplicates of themselves and some special moves like storms of poison, fire, and lightning that are pretty easy to dodge, and it should be a no-brainer, but as you can see from the video, I didn't stay out of the clouds of poison, so when you fight them, please stay out of the clouds of poison and fire and electricity. Don't want you getting caught. Quick other tip, you can heal in the middle of an attack, so if you know that an attack is going to kill you, heal right before it happens or right as it happens to make sure that you can get out of it. So, into some of the other Easter eggs besides Goneril wielding poison. King Leirion is a reference to Shakespeare's King Leir and the semi-legendary Brythonic mythical figure King Leir. That's actually why the daughters are found in the part of the map that they're found in, is King Leir in legend is the founder of Leicester. In Shakespeare's tragedy, again, this is a 5-act play, so I'm not going to give you a huge SparkNotes type synopsis. But basically what happens is the two older daughters, Goneril and Regan, pretend to love their father just so that they can get an inheritance. He gives them the inheritance and finds out that they don't respect him at all, freaks out, and in the tragedy of King Leir by Shakespeare, Goneril kills Regan, Goneril then commits suicide, and Cordelia ends up dying as well. But I think that they're taking more from the legend than from the play. In the legend, Cordelia outlives Lear and she becomes the queen of Leicester, which her dialogue actually references when she says that she was meant to be Lady of Mercia. But as soon as you kill each of these Daughters of Lerion, you will be presented with a piece of Thor's armor. Now you might be wondering, hey, wait a minute, there are only 3 daughters and 5 pieces of armor. You're absolutely right. There's some stuff you have to do afterwards that I'll be talking about. That other stuff involves each of the daggers that you get from these 3 Daughters of Lerion, and as well, it involves the Order of the Ancients. I'll talk more about that later. First off, biggest tip for Cordelia. As you saw in the beginning of the video, if you are coming at this like I am at about power level 90, One hit will kill you, so grab all of the perks that you possibly can. When she jumps back to do her little duplicate electricity attack, where she sends duplicates of herself wreathed in electricity to come attack you. So when she comes at you with that duplicate electricity ability, the harpoon impalement, especially level 2, is a very easy way to get out of it without getting hurt. Another thing, when she does her little lightning storm a la Dark Sidious, it's really easy to dodge. It's a good time to go around and grab some mushrooms if you're low on rations, or it's also a good time to attack her with your bow. She's not invincible during that portion, and you can get her to stop early. Again, reference to the blacksmith's hammer. It will knock them over if you continue to use it. Harpoon impalement is fantastic for just making sure that you can get some hits in. And once you've killed all 3 of them, this unlocks a portion of the map that previously would not have been available to you. This is in southeastern East Anglia. You'll find this little church where once you go inside, you'll have a pretty straightforward path. It's not a maze by any means. You'll wade through some water, and eventually you'll come into a crypt with this statue. You can probably see the resemblance between the statue and each of the daughters. Here's another Easter egg. Each of the daughters' daggers fits into a notch in the statue's back, signifying that King Leirion's daughters all stabbed him in the back, trying to get power.
It may go here. The blade I took from the Lady of the Crag. It may fit.
So once each of the daughters effectively stabs King Leirion in the back, the statue crumbles and the entrance to an even deeper crypt is revealed, where you can find all of King Leirion's fortune, and among the fortune, Thor's helmet. Now, in order to get the very last piece of Thor's set and go get Mjolnir, watch my video on killing all of the Order of the Ancient. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'd super appreciate a like and a subscribe on the video as well.